Okay, next on our agenda is the Audit Committee report. We have Board Member Janet Cannon present that report for us.
Thank you, Chair. Excuse me. We have one item for the board from Audit Committee. We had Deputy Superintendent Jones and Chief Audit Executive Davis recommend to us that we prioritize an audit of data reliability and the internal control system over data at both the state and local levels. There were a number of risks they were considering as they brought this to us. So the committee passed a motion, and we have a motion for the board. The committee recommends that the board prioritize an internal audit of data reliability and the internal control system over data at both the state and local levels as outlined in the prioritization request. The audit priority will be second on the audit plan approved projects list.
Okay, the motion for the board is that the board prioritize an internal audit of data reliability and the internal control system over data at both the state and local levels, as outlined in the prioritization request. The audit priority will be second on the audit plan approved projects list. Is there any discussion to that motion? I see none. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Board Member Belknap?
Aye.
Board Member Bolter?
Aye.
Chair Huntsman?
Aye.
That motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Thank you, Board Member Cannon. Next on our, Board Member Lear? Okay.
I had a question that is not, that I hope is appropriate for now, and maybe it would be to the audit committee generally and/or the chair. But, and I didn't attend the last meeting, but the meetings I've attended, it seemed like there were a lot of items that have been on the audit calendar for sometimes years. And I just wondered if there is a process, or if there should be a process that the audit committee could look at, or the audit director could propose that would allow the board to revisit that list that just keeps growing based on sometimes board members and committees' decisions that have sometimes been gone for 2 or more years.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm asking?
Yes, and in
Okay.
fact, last month in our full board meeting, we removed, was it 2 items from the audit calendar? And we spoke to the fact that that is one of the things that the audit committee can do as a committee, but also those items that were removed came from a recommendation from the audit department. So Debbie Davis brought those forward. So audit committee members can bring that forward. Board members can bring that to the audit committee's attention. And then that's a discussion that the chair of the audit committee also has with the audit director.
So can I ask a quick follow-up?
Yes.
So there is no built-in procedure. It would just wait for someone on the committee to say, hey, wait, this is a priority we set 3 years ago, and it's no longer relevant or important, or so. I mean, I would just ask that you would consider some kind of a procedure built into. I don't know if it would be, if there's a rule regarding audit or something, so that happened on a regular basis instead of just when that realization dawns.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't believe there's anything articulated in rule or in policy, like written down anywhere, but it is part of the explicit work of the audit committee is to maintain that audit calendar, and understand. And so any board member who looks at that audit calendar and sees something on there and they consider or wonder about the applicability of that audit continuing, that can be brought forward to the audit committee. And so while it's not explicit, it is part of, similar to the same process that's in our bylaws, where any board member can bring forward a request of a committee or the board as a whole. Does that
that's
answer your
good.
question?
Well, yeah, that's good for now. I just, again, I feel like we need to have something more, once a year, the audit committee does that, or something that ensures that, because I just remember, we'll have 5, 6, 7 new board members in a few months, and their combined priorities with those of us who will still be here could be very different. And I remember the frustration I felt 4 years ago with spending staff time on priorities set by a board that no longer existed.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and
that's why I'm.
that could be a request for an amendment to the bylaws, if that's something that you would like to look at.
That would be that's a helpful suggestion. Thank you.
Okay. Board Member Cannon.
I just was going to add, I had a similar concern when we were talking about doing this, because I said, well, we'll put it on, but how long will it be before we get to it or address this? And I was told that the school fees consultation project will probably be finishing up, and so that this audit we've just voted on would be started at the beginning of 2021. Maybe that's helpful.
Okay, thank you.